Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pod English for Everyone. I'm John. I hope you're doing great today. Grab a coffee, relax for a moment, and today I want to share a story with you. But this is not only a story, this is also a lesson about life, about confidence, about growth, and about how small changes can completely transform your future. So relax, breathe slowly, and listen carefully. You do not need to understand every single word perfectly. Just follow the emotions, follow the ideas, and let your English grow naturally. One cold morning, I walked outside after losing my job. I had worked in the same office for many years. Every day felt the same. I woke up early, drank coffee, took the bus, and sat at the same desk for hours. It had become my routine. A routine is something you do again and again every day. It felt normal, comfortable, predictable. But suddenly, everything changed. The company closed without warning. Warning means information about danger or a problem before it happens. But there was no warning. One day, everything simply ended. I remember standing outside the building with my bag in my hand. The streets were crowded. Crowded means full of people. Cars moved quickly. People were talking on their phones. Everyone looked busy. Everyone looked like they knew where they were going. But me, I felt completely lost. Lost does not only mean you do not know where you are, it can also mean you do not know what to do in life. And that was exactly how I felt. I walked slowly through the city and sat down near a small park. The air was cold, the sky was grey. My thoughts felt heavy. Heavy means difficult emotionally. I kept asking myself the same question. What happens now? Sometimes in life, we believe we have control over everything. We think our plans are permanent. Permanent means something that stays forever, but life changes very quickly. One phone call, one decision, one problem, and suddenly everything becomes different. At first, I felt angry. Angry means upset and full of frustration. Then I felt afraid. Afraid of the future, afraid of failing, afraid of disappointing myself. I sat there for almost an hour just watching people walk past me. And then something strange happened. I started noticing small things around me. I noticed the sound of birds. I noticed the wind moving through the trees. I noticed a father helping his little daughter cross the street. I noticed an old man feeding pigeons quietly near the fountain. And slowly, my breathing became calmer. Calmer means more peaceful and relaxed. That moment taught me something important. When life becomes difficult, our brains often focus only on fear. Fear is a strong feeling of danger or worry. But when we slow down, we begin to see things differently. That evening, I returned home and sat alone in my apartment. The silence felt uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means something that does not feel good emotionally or physically. Usually, after work, I distracted myself with television or social media. Distracted means keeping your mind busy so you do not think deeply. But this time, I sat quietly. And for the first time in years, I really listened to my own thoughts. I asked myself, what do I actually want from my life? Not what other people expect. Not what society tells me. What do I truly want? That question stayed inside my mind for hours, and this is something very important for language learning too. Many people study English without asking themselves why they want to learn. Some people study because of pressure. Pressure means a strong feeling that forces you to do something. Others study because they feel guilty. Guilty means feeling bad about yourself. But when you connect learning to something personal, something emotional, everything changes. Emotional means connected to feelings. Suddenly learning becomes real. It becomes meaningful. Meaningful means important and valuable. That night, I opened an old notebook and started writing simple goals. A goal is something you want to achieve. My first goal was not huge. It was very small. I wrote, tomorrow I will leave the house early and spend 1 hour outside without my phone. That was it. a tiny goal. Tiny means very small. The next morning, I woke up earlier than usual. The city was still quiet. I made tea and sat near the window. And something interesting happened. Instead of thinking in my own language, I started describing small things around me in English inside my head. The tea is hot, the window is open, the sky looks bright today. At first, it felt strange. Strange means unusual or unfamiliar. But I continued. And slowly, my brain started becoming more comfortable. This is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English. You do not always need complicated grammar books. Complicated means difficult and complex. Sometimes, simple thoughts are enough. Small sentences repeated every day can slowly transform the way your brain works. As I walked through the park that morning, I continued describing everything around me in English. The trees are moving. The air feels cold. A woman is running. A child is laughing. And little by little, English stopped feeling like a school subject. It started feeling alive. Alive means full of energy and connected to real life. This is the difference between studying English and living English. Many learners spend years memorizing rules, but never truly experience the language emotionally. Emotionally means connected to feelings and personal experiences. But language becomes stronger when it connects to your daily life. Later that afternoon, I visited a small cafe near my apartment. I brought my notebook with me. While I sat there, I noticed another man reading quietly by the window. He looked calm, relaxed, peaceful. And suddenly, I realized something. For years, I had been rushing through life. Rushing means moving too fast without slowing down. I was always focused on the next task, the next problem, the next responsibility. Responsibility means something you must do or take care of. But I had forgotten how to simply exist quietly in the moment. That cafe became part of my new routine. Every morning, I returned there with my notebook, and every morning, I practiced simple English thoughts in my head. Sometimes I even whispered small sentences quietly to myself. At first, I felt embarrassed. Embarrassed means feeling uncomfortable because you think people might judge you. But then I understood something important. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to judge you. And even if you make mistakes, mistakes are part of growth. Growth means gradual improvement over time. One day, while sitting in the cafe, I wrote something important in my notebook. Confidence is not something you suddenly receive. It is something you slowly build. Slowly, step by step, action by action. And honestly, learning English works the same way. Many students wait for confidence before they speak. But confidence comes after speaking, not before it. Every small sentence you practice, every small mistake you survive, every awkward conversation builds your confidence little by little. The following weeks became very different from my old life. Before, my days felt automatic. Automatic means something you do without thinking too much. Wake up, work, come home, sleep, repeat. But now, every day felt more intentional. Intentional means done with purpose and attention. I started creating small challenges for myself. A challenge is something difficult that helps you grow stronger. One morning, I decided to leave my phone at home while walking through the city. At first, I felt nervous. Nervous means worried or uncomfortable. I realized how dependent I had become on distractions. Dependent means needing something constantly. Without my phone, everything felt slower. But strangely, it also felt more real. I could hear conversations around me. I could smell fresh bread from small bakeries. I could notice people laughing together in cafes. Notice means becoming aware of something around you. And while walking, I continued practicing English inside my mind. The woman is wearing a red coat. The bakery smells amazing. Two friends are talking near the station. Simple sentences, small observations. But day after day, these small thoughts started changing my brain. This is something many English learners do not realize. Fluency does not appear suddenly. Fluency grows quietly through repetition. Repetition means doing something again and again, many times. Your brain learns through patterns. The more your brain sees English connected to real situations, the more natural it becomes. One afternoon, I decided to visit a local animal shelter. A shelter is a safe place for animals without homes. I wanted to volunteer. Volunteer means helping without getting paid. Honestly, I almost turned around before entering. I kept thinking, what if I say something wrong? What if people judge me? What if I embarrass myself? But fear becomes smaller when you continue moving forward. Inside the shelter, I met a woman named Anna. She smiled warmly and explained how everything worked. Warmly means kindly and in a friendly way. At first, I spoke very quietly. My confidence still felt fragile. Fragile means weak or easy to break. But Anna was patient. Patient means calm and understanding when someone needs more time. She introduced me to a small brown dog named Leo. He looked nervous too. His eyes moved carefully around the room. Slowly. I sat beside him and offered food with my hand. At first, he stayed far away. But little by little, he moved closer. And strangely, I realized something. People are often exactly like that dog. When someone feels afraid, judged, or hurt, they protect themselves. Protect means keeping yourself safe from danger or emotional pain. Confidence grows slowly through trust. Life continued moving forward slowly, but now I was moving with it instead of fighting against it. Before, every problem felt personal. Every failure felt like proof that something was wrong with me. But over time, I started understanding something important. Difficult moments are not punishments. Sometimes they are invitations to grow. Invitation means an opportunity or a chance to experience something new. One morning, while preparing lessons for my students, I looked at my old notebook again. The pages were full of small thoughts, small fears, small goals, and small victories. Victory means a success after difficulty. I noticed something interesting. At the beginning of the notebook, my writing sounded hopeless. Hopeless means believing nothing good will happen. But page after page, my words slowly changed. I started writing with more confidence, more gratitude, more clarity. Clarity means understanding something clearly without confusion. And honestly, reading those pages felt emotional, because I realized something many people never notice. Real growth is often invisible while it is happening. Invisible means difficult to see. When you improve slowly every day, you usually do not notice the transformation immediately. But one day, you look back and suddenly realize you are not the same person anymore. Most people expect dramatic change. Dramatic means very big and emotional. But real change usually happens quietly, through ordinary mornings, ordinary conversations, ordinary habits. Habit means something you repeat regularly. This idea also completely changed how I approached English learning. Many students become frustrated because they expect fast results. Frustrated means annoyed because progress feels slow. But language learning is not a race. It is more like planting seeds. Seeds grow underground before you can see anything above the surface. And human growth works the same way. Your brain changes quietly before confidence becomes visible. One evening, after finishing class, I stayed alone cleaning the classroom slowly. The room was quiet. Empty chairs surrounded me. Soft rain touched the windows outside. And suddenly, I felt overwhelmed with gratitude. Gratitude means a deep feeling of thankfulness. Not because life had become perfect, it absolutely had not. I still had fears, still had doubts, still had difficult days. Doubt means uncertainty about yourself or your future. But now, I trusted myself differently. I trusted my ability to survive difficult moments. Real confidence is not the absence of fear. It is continuing despite fear. And maybe that can become your lesson too. Because if you are listening to this right now, trying to improve your English, trying to improve your life, trying to become stronger little by little, then you are already growing. Even if progress feels slow, even if confidence feels far away, even if your journey feels messy sometimes. Messy means disorganized and imperfect. Growth is rarely beautiful while it is happening. But one day, you will look back and realize that all those small moments, all those uncomfortable conversations, and all those difficult days were quietly transforming you. If you can relate to this story, or if one part inspired you somehow, I'd really love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me about your own journey, your struggles, your goals, or the moment when you realized you were changing little by little. And if this episode helped you relax and practice your English naturally, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Pod English for Everyone for more long English listening stories, just like this one.
Hey, thanks for being here.
If you like this episode, drop a comment and tell us what you want next.
New episodes every week. Don't miss the next one.
Hit subscribe, turn on notification.
And keep improving your English. See you next time.